Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, AJ Cox, and today we're going to have one heck of a fireside chat. We've got Drew Cox on with us tonight, plus a couple of members of the crew. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? Make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check it out, see what we're all about. You can go in there. You can click on the merchandise tab, get you some cool gear. You can go in there. If you want to tell your story on here, you can just click on that, record your story. It takes you to my calendar. You can sign up, and we can get you on here to tell your story as well. Big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, go back and check them out again. I'm telling you, it's an amazing organization. You can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps veteran service organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, here we are, man. We got some of the crew. We got Drew Cox here, man. We're going to go around, see how everybody is. Mark, how you doing?
I'm outstanding, but it's we're getting one of our 10 yearly days of rain out here. So you know how that happens, Andrew. Once you get rain in Southern California, you know, it's taking me over 30 minutes to go 10 miles.
That sounds right. Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely California drivers for you there. I love it.
But it'll be over in a couple of days, I think.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And then back to the really horrible weather. Sunshine, nice weather.
Yeah.
So you guys aren't back in El Nino time frame, are you?
I'm not sure if it's El Nino or not. They haven't really talked about that. But we're getting a lot of good mountain snow. So in the spring, the reservoirs will be all nice and full.
There you go.
Very good.
Heck, I know when I was in 29 Palms, El Nino hit. It was like a flower paradise and the good old stumps out there. It was like, good Lord. Desert couldn't handle all that water.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, Mike, how you doing, man? Down there in the other side of the country.
Yeah, here in Southwest Georgia. Doing good. Temperatures are finally up. It was 85 degrees today. It's been that way the last couple of days. But Monday and Tuesday it's supposed to be in the 20s. So that's typical for this time of year. So
20s?
In the 20s, yeah.
Man, Southwest Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they're calling for. But, you know, this time of year is that kind of weather and tornado season. So we shall see. But other than that, you know, other than typical work week, you know, I can't complain. Everything's good. Still here. My family's healthy, so I have nothing to complain about.
Nice, nice. Well, like I was telling you guys earlier, we have a guy by the name of Drew Cox, Andrew Cox, but Drew on the program. And no, it's not me. It's the other guy down there, Drew Cox. How you doing, man?
Hi. Great, Andrew. Or do you go by Andrew or Andy or
AJ, Andrew? It doesn't matter, man. AJ? I'll answer to anything. You just tell me. You just call me whatever you want.
Yeah, all I call him Cox. Just Cox, whatever. Okay, Cox.
There's enough of that in this chat. We don't need any more.
Sometimes it gets very creative when what people call me, but that's all good. So how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm in the middle of making this online class, and so I was just sitting at my computer making a lecture or getting ready to record a lecture, like putting notes together. And then when we're done, I will resume making this lecture for this online class into the wee hours of the night, history of rock and roll online. So
nice.
It's at least fun, but I've never taught it before. So it takes a pretty big lift to get it going, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're teaching it and you're not having to take tests and stuff. I mean, you're the one giving the tests. So
yeah. But taking it means you got to know it like way better than them. So it's like I'm taking it too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I guess that's kind of how it works a little bit. But
they keep me busy with different classes every semester. So
yeah. Now, remind me what you're at. Was it Purdue?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Drew's a professor up in Purdue teaching. Well, right now he's teaching rock and roll, history of rock and roll. Is that what you said?
Yep.
That's
classical
cool.
music history and jazz history and drum set, and improvisation and whatever they throw at, whatever they tell me I'm going to do. So
yeah,
it's like the
Marine sounds like they're throwing plenty at you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Not only are you big in teaching at Purdue, you are actually running for office as well.
That's right.
And that's kind of the topic of discussion for tonight is the veteran community and politics in a sense of running for office and, making the change, right? So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. So I think you have a good stepping stone on that and probably some good advice for a lot of people out there.
Thanks. Yeah. You mean stepping stone, like being a veteran or?
No, running for politics or running for office and getting your foot wet and that type of stuff.
Yeah. You mean this is a stepping stone? Sorry, I'm confused.
I don't know, man. Just go with it and just ignore the stepping stone. Just go, man.
Okay.
Tell us what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I've not run for office before, but I am very community oriented person, and I'm a band geek, as you know. I play percussion, and I play in the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra, and I play in the Lafayette Citizens Band, and I play with a singer named Isaac Rudd, and I played with this guy named Alex Williams a couple years ago. He's a singer-songwriter from Indiana, and so that's all that stuff's unfortunately kind of taken a back seat because I've gotten this bug to run for office, but not really to run for office, just to make a difference, to try to give a voice to folks that don't have as much of a voice as I do. And I was inspired by our law enforcement agencies is one thing that is caused me to run is I'd like to see ICE be kind of held to the same standard as our local law enforcement agencies. And I'd like to see them produce judicial warrants. And I'd like to see data centers be a little bit more regulated by our government. Our Congress is not really doing much with regard to these data centers. And I don't know about where you guys live, but in Indiana, we have we have a lot of moratoriums on renewable energy in a lot of counties. Like there are a lot of counties that you can't build renewable, but you can bring in a data center. And the thing about the data centers, though, is that there's no regulation whatsoever. So if your local government is somewhat corrupt, then they can come in with a data center. And I've seen these data centers come in and you can't even see inside the door. You can't go inside and take a tour around. You can't know what what the operating system is going to be. So
when you say data center, what exactly do you mean by that?
I was going to ask the same question, Andrew.
Yeah.
Like these gigantic buildings that basically do all the computational power. They store computing infrastructure. They do.
Is it kind of like the AI stuff?
Yeah, AI. But Meta. Anything that requires data. Servers, storage, and networking and stuff. So all kinds of different data centers from all kinds of different companies. Google's got data centers. Meta's got data centers, and we just have no kind of regulation. So they're kind of running over these communities, and they consume so much water that I mean, they consume, some of them, millions of gallons per day, and most of that's lost. So most of that's not recycled back into the water table. So you're talking about a lot of water loss. You're talking about not a whole lot of jobs, permanent jobs. The construction startup jobs are pretty good when they start, but after that, you've got a small network of people that are running them. And so I think that it'd be nice if our Congress kind of regulated data centers and said, okay, you need to be beneficial to your community. You need to, we need to maybe incentivize them or incentivize state governments to not give them so many tax abatements. I mean, they get these tax abatements, they don't pay any taxes. Their utility rates, the amount of power that they consume, that gets spread out to other people in the community.
We were talking about the AI stuff a couple of podcasts back, but we looked up like how much water does it use and all that type of stuff. And
the natural resources. That's the biggest thing that other podcasts I've listened to, and I've talked about that, is the natural resources that these centers. Now you're talking about it, data centers, but I didn't know specifically what they were called. But I didn't realize water. Yeah. I mean, can you expand on that? I mean, what, is that like cooling?
Yeah, I think it's mostly cooling. And so, and you've got two different ways of building them. You can build a closed loop system or an open loop system. And a closed loop system, keeps recycling the water, but obviously that's not going to be as efficient. That's going to be more costly. Whereas an open loop system, you just run water in from a natural source and you shoot it back out. But when you do that, you lose a lot to evaporation, and it obviously will warm the water back up and, contribute to warming. So we take a lot for granted in Indiana. We're very pro business, but I think it might not be for our own good, because we'll allow these businesses to come in and take all this water and use an open loop system and not really employ that many people, and take a tax abatement and jack our energy costs up and provide maybe 20 or 40 jobs. I've seen one data center in Indiana that was really beneficial to its community. It was like they created a scholarship program. It was like so many scholarships for like all these seniors that graduated, you know what I mean? So see if we can get our government to do that, and make it so that they can't kind of sneak in and work a shady deal with the commissioner, and all of a sudden nobody in the community is allowed to see what's going on, what this building is going to look like, what's it going to do. Like all these town halls I go to, these people don't have any numbers. They don't know. They're like, what's this data center going to do to our community? It's not, we don't have any clue. So I think a little regulation wouldn't hurt, because everyday folks are not having a voice in this matter. It's just happening to us. We're not, it's just happening to us, not for us,
Yeah.
Now, I think that one of the big things, at least in my opinion, is the amount of veterans that we get that come out. You don't see a lot of them running for office and going out there and trying to do things like that. I don't know the reasons why everybody doesn't. I know I don't want to, just because I'm not a fan of politics in general. But but getting involved in it, getting involved in your community, getting involved in things to better the community, better the government, better the society as a whole, I think is a good thing for our veterans to do. What do you say as far as encouraging veterans to run for office and stuff?
Yeah, it's a big leap for me. And you just said it right there. I mean, the thing I hate the most about it is the politics. It's like, you got to, to be honest, I first looked at joining this race as an independent, and I looked at it as an independent, and I did some research, and the two parties make it really impossible for you to be an independent. It's almost, they're both too big to fail. And so I look at the parties as a means to an end. I don't look at the parties as an end. So I'm definitely I'm a Democrat, but I'm also a person that is definitely going to put people over party, and I'm definitely in it for the people of the 4th District of Indiana. But there is this aspect that a lot of veterans are not going to like. You might have to wear a label. I think the trick is to make sure that you're all about doing the things that you say you're going to do and not making it a divisive endeavor. You don't have to you have to run against someone so much as you have to tell other people and get your message out as what you're going to do for them. And so I think one thing that would be a good start is if both parties could have an honest conversation and be open about what their own faults are, and say, we've done this wrong, and the other side can say this wrong. Right now, everybody just accuses everybody else, and
point fingers.
There's not much honest accountability. So that's something that I think a veteran could get behind. The only problem is, you really are going to need to join a major party, and if you don't join a major party and you run as an independent, which there is a growing independent party in Indiana, if you do that, you have to get like hundreds or thousands of signatures to be in it to run as a third party. So since I ran as a Democrat, running as a Republican or a Democrat is an online fillable form.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to have a couple bodies in place. You have to have someone that's agreed to be your campaign chair and someone that's agreed to be your treasurer.
Okay.
And you have to have an EIN for business, for tax purposes.
Okay.
So it's not just that simple. I had to get the EIN number, and then I had to get 2 people to help me. But ultimately, I could go on the FEC website and fill this thing out. If you wanted to run as an independent, you have to get so many signatures proportionate to something about the Secretary of State, and then it's in and that my district is 17 counties.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking about like all these signatures in all these counties. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to join as a Democrat, and I'll run as a Democrat. I've been voting that way in recent history quite a bit more, and so that's what I am now. That's what I'm doing. But I'm trying to make this this campaign all about what it is that I can do for everyday folks, and what you can do for others, not what you're going to do against someone else.
Yeah. I think in the veteran community, we have I'd say an advantage, in my humble opinion, and we get people from all walks of life. We get people from pretty much everywhere. We put them together, and they're able to work together. And you may not get along with everybody, but you can work together and you can get stuff accomplished and get things done.
True.
Where I think, from what I've seen, at least from the political aspect, you don't get a lot of people that can get along nor can get stuff done. It's incredibly backwards, in my opinion.
That's true. That's true. And I wish that veterans would run in all races on both sides. Like I'm friends with a guy that was running. He's been sidelined by the party, but Tony Husted is his name, and he was running as a Republican primary challenger to Jim Baird, who's the current guy. So he was trying to primary Baird from the right, whereas I'm running from the left. And we were sitting at the Legion together. We were sitting having a beer at the bar back in July or August or something. About the time I met him, I hadn't known him for very long. And we were just sitting there talking, and he's like, "Well, I got to go, but anyway, man, I'm running for office." And I'm like, "Oh, no kidding, me too." He's like, "What?" I was like, "What are you running for?" He's like, "U.S. House District 4." I was like, "No shit, so am I." And we've been talking ever since, and he's invited me to events to go. We've gone to events together.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the idea is, it seems radical, but it's not supposed to be, that both parties are supposed to work together for the people. So we go to events together, and he has me. I went to the Rotary breakfast as his honored guest, and you might get some looks like, what are these two guys cooking up? It's like, we're not really cooking up anything. We're just trying to bring teamwork back to the table, and not everything has to be divisive.
That's a perfect example of veterans being able to put their differences aside and be able to work or compromise.
And he's Navy, so
there you go.
That's funny.
But isn't that an amazing thing, though, that two people, you guys can actually sit there and talk and be friends, and you can agree. I'm sure you guys agree on things.
We agree on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But
and we disagree on stuff.
There's things you'll disagree on. You can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's no hate between the two of you.
No, there's not at all.
And that's the amazing thing that I'm not just saying, we're veterans talking, but that's the biggest thing we as American people have lost is why can't we just, people didn't used to know who you voted for. It used to be sacred. You didn't tell who you voted for, nobody talked about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't,
right.
It did. I say it didn't matter. It mattered. But it, is in the big scheme of things, as far as neighbors,
so much
friends, and I mean, it didn't, it didn't divide us as who we were. At least when I was a kid, it didn't. In the '80s and stuff like that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's amazing that we've lost that ability to actually communicate and actually talk. Actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
Hell, even on this podcast, stuff has been brought up where we've disagreed on stuff. I mean, we flat out disagreed on certain things. And it doesn't mean I hate anybody on here, because everybody on this podcast, I love them. And now that you're on here, Drew, you're one of the family. So, it's just, it's unbelievable how we as a community, or, I say community, but it's a society, have just been driven. And I don't know what's caused it. Social media, news, government in general. I don't know.
It's just bled into everything.
We just want, it's like you have to hate somebody. There's got to be blame on somebody. There's always some constant. It's like, okay, well, there's never been an administration that was perfect.
Yeah.
Of course not.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
And it's, there's some things that were good, some things weren't. But, it's like, hey, can we just agree to disagree, or agree, or can we just, the days of talking to your neighbor is over. People don't do that anymore. People just don't communicate. They don't, nobody wants to actually have a civil conversation, and everything turns out to be, go to a different way. It's like, well, if you're not on my side, I hate you. I have friends on Facebook and stuff, social media, that I grew up with. And they're like, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm like, I don't post anything. I don't say anything. I may like something, but I didn't put my personal comment on it. I didn't say anything. It's like, well, we can't talk anymore. It's like, okay, that's fine. I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't know why you're mad at me, because I'm not mad at you.
Politics has just bled into everything.
Yeah.
It's just bled. It's gotten into every aspect of our lives.
But the simple fact that you can actually, do what you're doing, man, that's awesome from what I hear so far. So
thanks. Yeah, it's not just me. I think there's a lot of other veterans running, and we're trying. And like, I just joined this this group of all these veterans that are running for office, and everybody's very diplomatic, and it's nice. It's not. It seems to be a group of people that are dedicated to just doing better by their fellow man, and trying to put the politics behind you as much as possible, despite the fact that they do bleed into everything, and the social media aspect, and since school boards now, and it's kind of everywhere. It's kind of hard to miss it, but
well, that's the big thing is why does anybody want to hate anybody? You know, I don't claim to be a perfect human being by any means. I promise you I'm not. I have my opinions on things, just like we all do. But why? What makes you want to hate somebody because of their opinion, or, you know, all I care at the end of the day is, are you a good human being?
Yeah.
You know, are you a decent human being? Are you know, you're not hurting anybody? This may be your thoughts, maybe your opinions. I may not agree with them, but you know, what are you hurting at that point?
Yeah,
and that's a big thing that people don't realize. It's like, well, you know, you don't agree with me, and it's like, what? Seriously?
You know, you brought up a really good point a second ago. Is you know, neighbors don't talk to one another, and that is so true on so many levels, right? Not just neighborly, but just walking down the street and saying good morning, good afternoon, or whatever with somebody. I mean, how often do people do that nowadays? And when you do say it to somebody, they look at you like you're crazy, you know, and like, why are you talking to me, type of deal. You know, as a society, we've gotten so far away from it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and social media is not helping, and data centers are not helping, and AI is not helping.
Yeah.
Can I not hear Drew, or is it just me?
What's that?
What'd you say, Mike?
Can you still hear me?
I couldn't hear Drew. I said, is it just me?
Oh, no, I hear him.
Okay, I can't hear him.
Okay.
Well, let me log off, and I'll log back on.
Okay.
I've got
Mark,
this.
can you hear us all?
I can hear everybody.
Okay.
I got this fancy mic, but I was like, not able to hook it up in time. I got this interface, and I got this Scarlett interface, and I got all the stuff, but I kind of suck at technology. So next time.
Oh, that's funny. You know what I got to do today, and I was very excited about it. I got to go over to the new veterans home here in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and I started recording veterans over there. So today I recorded four different veterans telling their stories.
Now I can't hear no one.
Now you can't hear? I don't know.
I think it's you, Andrew.
You think it is? I don't know. I hear everybody.
I hear you now, Drew. Are you there?
Check.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hear anybody. I could hear you, but I couldn't hear Drew or Mark before. So
I don't know. This program has been doing some weird stuff. So maybe they did do some updates to it recently. So maybe it's didn't update well. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut back in, but you said you were doing things at veterans home.
Oh yeah, at the veteran home here in Sallisaw. So every Thursday now, I'm going to go over there and record as many veterans over there that want to tell their story. And then like today, I recorded 4 separate stories. So I've been recording since like 8 o'clock this morning. So
you got some airtime.
Yeah, a lot of recordings today, which is good.
Yeah, what were those? I mean, honestly, what was that range of service? You know, you're in the veterans home.
I had one guy that was, in fact, tomorrow is his birthday, and he's turning 96. And he was in the Army and was in Korea. And then I don't know what that means. Catfish. Lake Ward catfish. But then I had somebody that came in the 80s. Let's see, who else did I have?
And he's already in the home?
No. He's not in the home. No.
Oh, okay.
But oh man, I can't remember the other guy's story now.
I was gonna say, Mark,
today.
You see where you're heading soon.
Like, whoa.
Wow. Oh man. So the one guy that's turning 96, he really could remember quite a bit of stuff. I was actually pretty shocked. But he was having, like, personally, he was like, Blake Ward, he was the guy that interviewed today. That's right, catfish. Okay, I'm there. He was one that interviewed today. And then he was Blake was in the Army, but we won't hold that against him. But yeah, it was a good deal. And then I don't know. We'll see how many more we can get. I don't know.
Yeah.
Blake, how many people are in the veteran home? Do you know? You'll let us know. I heard several different answers today, and I don't know which one was true. I heard 35, and then I heard 50, and then I don't know. I heard several different numbers. So,
well, what's the when you go in there? I mean, are there people willing, or you have to go around and talk to them and ask them if they're willing to interview?
The staff went around and talked to them and asked them if they wanted to. We also the Marine Corps League started their meetings over there at the new facility, which is really cool. And all the veterans that are there are invited to our Marine Corps League meetings. And even if they're not a Marine, they can become an associate member. So, everybody's welcome to come in. And any of the veterans that live there, we're going to pay for their fees or what have you as the detachment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a healthy Marine Corps League here in Lafayette, Indiana.
Nice.
So
Blake said there's 23 in the home currently, but it could have up to 175.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and it's brand new. It just opened. I guess the end of last year, the beginning of this year, it just opened up. So they don't have full capacity, not even close. They have to get approval, and there's a stepping stone to be able to get everything open. So they're in the process of doing that.
Like a rehabilitation center, or what?
They call it veterans home. It's like a nursing home, kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's an incredible facility. They got a gym in there. They got a barber shop in there. I'm telling you, they got all kinds of stuff. It's pretty wild.
Hey, as long as they got pickleball. They got pickleball. Pickleball court
I
set
didn't
up.
see a pickleball thing. I don't know if all those guys are going to be out there playing pickleball. To be honest with you. I don't know, but it was really cool. So I'm going to go over there next Thursday as well, and hopefully that'll continue on for a while. So, but that's veterans. They all have their different opinions, and we can all come together still.
Yep.
So it still happens.
Yep, it can. It can happen. It's going to have to if we want things to get better.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
We all have to come to an understanding. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Things need to change all the way around. It doesn't matter whatever side you're on. But we as human beings, I think it doesn't have anything to do with parties. It has to do with human beings. We as human beings need to change. So,
number one rule: don't be a dick.
Yep.
Can I say that on this show?
The politician said it. The politician said it. It's recorded now, and there we go.
It's official.
Blow it up on my page.
But you're so right. You're so right. I mean, what's the do unto others as you would have them do unto you? I mean, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yep.
You treat them nice, you treat them with respect, then you're more than likely going to get it in return. And if you don't, turn around, walk away. It ain't the end of the world, there's other aspects to it. You can duke it out, I suppose. I don't know. Hopefully there's a boxing ring. Maybe that's what we need more of, right?
Sparring.
Yeah, we need more sparring. And then that would
that's Mark's thing. He's like, get the pugil sticks out. Let's go.
Let's go. Dang right.
Yeah, that'll wake you up.
Knock the crap out of each other. They still do that in boot camp?
They do pugil sticks. Yeah. They don't do boxing anymore, I don't think.
No, we don't do boxing.
But you did that when you came through, didn't you, Mark?
Oh, of course. Smokers. Yeah, definitely.
Mike, did you?
Yeah, it was when I went through in '92. Yeah, it was. We still had boxing and then pugil sticks. Yeah. I've been in a few fights in my life, but I never put on boxing gloves, and I got my tail knocked out in a heartbeat because I had no concept of that. But
it's like, man, I wish I had my pugil stick on me.
Yeah.
well, that was the thing. Yeah, the guy I went up to was from Chicago, and he was a boxed all through high school and everything else.
Oh, jeez.
And we came running out, and he goes like, pop! I was like, just like that. And later on that night, lights were out. He came up and goes, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, man." He said, I boxed all through high school, and he said, I didn't mean to do that. And I was like, yeah, I got a black eye and everything else. I was like, no, it's cool, man. He goes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm a pro.
Yeah, but the drill instructors were all like, yeah. He actually felt bad that night. I literally, lights went out. Like 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, he came over to my rack. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I did. It's just, I don't know what came over me, but that's just what I know to do. And I was like, yeah, you're good, man. It's okay.
Kimberly, hello. How are you? You know what you should start doing every time you go to any type of rally or anything like that? Just bring some pugil sticks with you. And as people start disagreeing, you say, you know what, we're going to settle it right now. And, you get the pugil sticks out. It'd be good.
Pugil sticks.
What was always good when we were embarked aboard ship training, we'd go out there on the flight deck and do bayonet training, take off the scabbards, and do rifle PT and bayonet training.
Yeah.
So give the sailors something to think about.
Nice.
You guys didn't do that, Mark, did you? You didn't do that, Mark, did you?
Without a doubt.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
So are we like streaming on Facebook right now?
We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. There's another one.
Sweet. I just saw someone pop up on Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know if it was recorded later or broadcast later.
Well, whenever I do the individual veteran stories, I record them and then broadcast those later. But when I do the fireside chats, we do these live, and then I'll post them again like the next day or what have you.
Right on. Okay.
So
Andrew, you said that there's 3 band guys here, and then there's Mark. Is that what you were saying?
But
3 band guys. No, you gotta give
The only
kudos to
one
the
that
sergeant major.
doesn't have any rhythm.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
That's not what I said, Sergeant Major. That's not what I said. Don't come and hunt me down.
It's true though.
Well, I wouldn't count me as having rhythm. I don't know about that, but
well, he is bringing up the rear though. I mean, that's what his new thing says, right? You want to see it? Here we go. Bringing up the rear.
Now, every time I see that, all I hear is the sergeant major yelling and screaming and hollering, and it's like, "Get up that hill! Get up that hill!" That's all I hear. It's like, okay, Sergeant
Major. Oh my God, that's too good. It's too good.
So where was the other Cox from? Where did you serve?
I was in Marine Corps band from 08 to 12, and I went to Afghanistan for a deployment, and So yeah, I was just in 4 years. Sounds like everybody else here's. We got a sergeant major and a master guns, and
Yeah, sergeant major, master guns. Now sergeant major did like 40 years or something. How many did you do, Mark?
30 years.
30.
Yeah, Mark actually had coffee with Chesty Puller. I don't know how
Yeah, he
that's
did.
possible, but you know.
they boot camp with Chesty.
they were best friends, you know.
Yeah. What band were you with?
Quantico.
Okay.
You stink.
Quantico went to Afghanistan?
Yeah, I was individually augmented out. It was like a kind of a just we need one person to go be a driver.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean it to sound like that. I'm not trying to be, negative about Quantico. I just
well, I know
you said that. I didn't realize the Quantico.
It's like headquarters, not really Fleet Marine Forces. But interestingly, when I got there, the band had just come back from a deployment. Like they deployed half the band to Iraq, and they did a 6-month workup, and they were doing.
They were a provisional rifle platoon, weren't they?
Yeah. They did a 6-month workup. It was this experiment that I think it was like the commandant at the time was kind of doing this to random non-infantry.
All the MOSs that didn't really get a chance to deploy, he was just pulling them all together, right? And then they were saying you're going to go as a battalion, and they sent them over.
Yeah. And so the band was mixed in. I mean, they deployed half the band, so it was like 20, 25 people, and they were thrown in with all these admin and all these folks, and they did this big long workup and deployed. And when they came back, then I got to the band, and then I was there for 2 years, and then I went to Afghanistan. And man, when I got back, it was so close to getting out, I didn't even do anything with the band. I literally just came home and got back to Quantico and pretty much went home from there. So then went to IU. Started screaming at people. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's a good story. He shows up as a teaching assistant. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And so he starts teaching some classes, and he starts yelling at the students, and they're like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I was getting home from Afghanistan in January. I'm out of the Marine Corps administrative. I'm just on terminal leave really soon after that. I go home. I'm helping my dad farm, and I've been, in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and they give me a class to teach at IU, and I'm like, never taught a class before. So I've tried to take my Marine Corps efficiency in there, and these kids are just like looking at me like I am an absolute lunatic. I'd like told them the first class, I was like, your assignment for the first class, I typed this up on whatever online. It's like your assignment for class number 1 is to print out your syllabus and to bring it to class, and like no one printed out that. They're like, what are you talking about, dude? It's like online. Print out their syllabus. And it was a little rough that first semester, but then I figured out that different things work at different speeds. And
I forget what it's called now. What was it? I mean, Andrew, Mark, you would remember. I mean, everybody may remember, but it was all those like with the corporal's quarters, sergeant's quarters, stuff like that. What was it? The TLO.
Oh yeah, TLO, ELOs.
TLOs, exactly.
TLOs.
Yep. Yeah, it's like you gotta have this, get it printed out, all that stuff. But I can just imagine you walking to class. This is how it's gonna be. You're knife handing everybody and their brother.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of 19-year-old music education students not receiving the knife hand too well.
Yeah. Well, you already, no offense, you already know at that point, at that age, especially if they were music and all that, where they were coming from. So that probably wasn't too well accepted.
Wow.
Oh my God. I could only see their face. I mean, I could imagine their faces. It had to have been hilarious, like watching them or whatever as you're going off on them.
Yeah, it's much more hilarious in hindsight. At the time, I was confused and sad. I was like, man, this doesn't work. I was like, why is this working? This works in the Marine Corps, man. Like, they're not responding. I don't have any. I can't make them push. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know.
At that point, you were the old man going by the old man ways, and they were like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's too good.
Mark walked into the squad bay and he was like, "Get your freaking tablets and your chisels out. Let's start. Stride this guy." Sorry, Mark. I'm just messing, Sergeant Major. I apologize, Sergeant Major. I apologize, Sergeant Major.
I wouldn't put up with it. I wouldn't put up with it if I was you.
That's funny.
Where's the poodle sticks?
Yeah.
So, Mark.
Yeah, Andrew. Go ahead.
I was saying, what are your two's military background in terms of occupational specialty?
I was a drill instructor and infantry, but I split my time between the infantry and the drill field.
Wow. Okay.
So with the infantry, drill field, infantry training school, infantry, drill field, infantry, drill field. Then retired out of
the third one is where I met him.
Yeah, there's a long story there because Andrew went to the swim. The drill instructor went to the swim tank, and Mark apparently tried to drown him one day, and he was like, "I swear to God."
He just called me slacker every time he saw me.
He tried to drown you. Well, that's what you said.
I sent him there. Well, I made him go to the swim tank, and then I called him a slacker.
Yeah, he literally made me go. He's like, because he tells me, "Hey, you're going to the swim tank." I'm like, "No, I'm just now figuring things out. Like, leave me here, I'll be all right." He's like, "No, you're going to the swim tank." I'm like, "Please leave me here." "No, you're going to the swim tank." I'm like, God, there's no talking. I mean, it turned out really well, so thank you. I appreciate it. You took care of me.
Yes, Sergeant Major.
We played rock, paper, rank.
Yeah, rock, paper, rank. That's right. Because I was getting promoted to gunny, and I was the senior one, and they were like, "Oh, you're going to be the staff NCOIC." So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good times.
So you were drill instructor, AJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
So Mark was my sergeant major when I was on the drill field, and then I served with Mike, 1st Marine Division Band when we deployed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a band guy too. So
there's a connection with most of us. What the heck?
Yeah.
My dog just went crazy bark on me.
that's why I gotta be nice to the sergeant major. Because I'm clear across the country, so I could say so. But I gotta be nice to. I gotta throw in a jab here and there, but I was gonna say, "All right, Sergeant Major." Yes, Sergeant Major.
And you're a master sergeant?
Yes.
All right.
Oh man.
The lowly sergeant in the room here.
Yeah.
So
There's no such thing as a lowly sergeant.
Well, that's how I knew Andrew. That's how I knew Andrew in Iraq. I was down, he was a sergeant, and
yeah.
the mouthy sergeant is like, God, I
Is
swear to God.
that right? Is that what everybody thought?
No, you weren't
Noted,
that bad.
the mouthy sergeant.
You had an opinion on everything.
Well, I did have opinions. I did.
Yeah,
and
you did. You had an opinion on everything and anything. Everything and anything, man. You had an opinion. But I couldn't fault you on it because the majority of the time I was like, get the hell out of here.
Most of the time you were like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I was like, get the hell out of here. Get out. You'd leave, and I was like, son of a bitch, he's right. I was like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, I put Andrew in a couple bad situations, and not intentionally, but it was just by nature of the what was going on at the time. I sent Andrew into we had a supposed gas attack. And Andrew was sergeant of the guard, and I was sitting there in base ops, and I was on the radio, and they were calling it in, and I was like, he was the closest one, and I was like, hey, get your tail over there. Well, go ahead and finish the story, Andrew.
What?
Go ahead and finish the story.
I got the word that I had to go over there.
Yes. What was the rest of the story?
Flying down the highway. Well, I say highway, the little road there in the Humvee.
Yeah, in Ramadi and Blue Diamond.
They waved me down. You got your gas mask? And I'm like, and I look over, there's a gas mask sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I got a gas mask.
Yes, he just put some random gas mask on his face. Doesn't fit, nothing. I was like, man, he goes in there.
It did fit. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it did
okay.
fit. It was when I was trying to talk and call things in on the radio that nobody could
understand. You ripped it off your face.
I got mad and I ripped it off and I started yelling and then I started choking and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. The old gas mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my tail handed to me by the Sergeant Major that night. How dare you? I'm like, what the hell did you want me to do, Sergeant Major? I mean, I was like, that'd be a good conversation with Mark. It was like, okay, well, what? You know, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't have NBC. You know, who the hell's going in there? I mean, we had to figure out what's going on. And I didn't know he didn't have a gas mask.
I had one.
Yeah, you had one, but it wasn't yours.
It was Alex Bush's.
It was Bush's. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and he didn't have one then. He didn't have his damn gas mask on. Yeah. I get you.
He found out later whenever he got his gas mask out to put it on, and he was like, "Oh my God, what happened?"
Was this Bush a guitar player by chance?
Bush? No, he is tuba.
Okay, I remember Bush guitar player. Yeah, I think he went to 29 Palms.
I don't know him.
2008 or 7.
You know what? I'm just looking at the backgrounds here. Mark, you got this really green wall, and I look over and like the yellow wall.
Yeah.
You got support battalion, and Mike has got second battalion. It should be, you should have
the other way around,
battalion.
Huh?
Yeah.
I look like I'm in an asylum.
But don't feel bad. I still got Christmas stuff up on my wall because.
Yeah, because it's
all the Christmas decorations are down, but those two are still up, and I just realized that sitting there looking at the picture, I was like,
I think you should leave the tree should stay up year round, and you just change the decorations on the tree for the different holidays.
Oh yeah, you can do Valentine's Day,
yeah,
St. Patrick's Day,
a fake tree or a real tree.
Hang little Jameson bottles off of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Well, shoot. When we get close to the end of a podcast here, we do have words of wisdom, Drew. So I'll let Mike go first, so you can hear kind of what he's going to say. You're welcome, Mike. And then I'll let you go, Drew. And then, of course, we'll follow it up, bringing up the rear. So, but this is what I like to call words of wisdom. All right, words of wisdom. Man, here we are. Look at this. I'm going to bring it up for the person that's talking about their words of wisdom. Here we go. Words of wisdom, Mike.
I think I may have used this one before. I can't remember. I'll be quite honest with you. I got several here saved on my phone, but stop stressing about things that aren't permanent. We make things permanent when they don't have to be.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I like it. All right, here we go. All right, Drew.
Words of wisdom. The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Does it need to be serious?
That was good. No. I like that, though. That was good.
When I instantly think of like Tom and Jerry, I was like, man, that's like
Tom and Jerry. Oh man, I love it.
Or my earlier one is the basic number one rule is don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Be
That
kind to
you
one
can't
another.
go wrong with that one. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
Hey,
That's
the
good.
politician said it. I didn't
That's
say
right.
If you want to do the censored version, treat others as you'd like to be treated. Here you can
There
hear
you
that.
it. There you go.
Different channels.
Yeah. We are not worried about hurting somebody's feelings right now. So
I went on a podcast the other day, and the guy, I mean, like I've been on a few now. I've been on a few interviews, and most of the time I don't, like cuss or say anything too crazy. But the guy I was on I was like, are we airing? This is dropping F-bombs left and right. I was like, are you airing all this stuff? Yeah,
it happens.
A little bit less censored world than it used to be, which is okay. I don't think it needs to be 100% censored all the time,
That's right. Well, here we go. We're going to be bringing up the rear here. I'm excited. I don't know if you're excited, but I'm excited. Mark O'Loughlin's Humdinger.
Okay. For all you politicians out there, or for anybody actually who's striving to do something, work for a cause, not for applause. Live life to express, not to impress. Don't strive to make your presence noticed. Just make your absence felt.
Wow. I like that.
How long have you been preparing that? Dang it!
Yeah, that was the humdinger. Yep.
Yeah, he comes with the humdinger. Tell me that's going to be in your book, though.
No, that's not in the book.
No? Oh man.
Nope. But that book should be out in the next couple of weeks, though, Andrew. So we gotta make another appointment so we can.
Yeah, we got to get you back on here to talk about the book and go through everything and let everybody know where they can buy the book, all that good stuff.
Yep. As soon as I get this that website rolling,
nice.
Then we can do it.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm excited.
I do have to ask a question, Andrew, to Mark. You got a smoking jacket on? You got a robe?
My jacket.
Smoking jacket?
I just walked in because I was driving when the podcast started. So I just walked in the house and sat down and started it.
You look like what's his name? Hugh from Playboy. Hugh Hefner, yeah. It's like you had a smoking jacket on, like you were just got it all. The collar out, like you were just.
He's got a pull out back,
jacket.
So it's got the cave.
He's got steaks on the grill. You already cooking your steaks?
No steaks tonight.
Uh-oh.
I didn't have time to prepare.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Mark's eating salad tonight.
Burning.
Yeah.
Burning now.
Got to chop
Maybe some eggs.
the cow.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, shoot. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks, guys. I truly appreciate you. Drew, as a reminder, you don't have to hang up right away. We'll see you after the outro here. But to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. Mark and Mike and Drew care about you. The whole veteran community care about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with. Ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, fellas, one last time. Thank you very much to everybody out there. Stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.